Yeah. Well, I guess I could start the video now and just since crop up some stuff. But yeah, no, just in general, like
If you
history.
want,
What?
yeah, if you want, let's go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with history, there's a lot of the basic designs of what we perceive as religious teachings versus non-religious teachings came from a lot of the like I think when we do a lot of scripture, we my the philosophical side of it in general was you're more along the lines spouting something from another book than the actual Bible. Like I think if I remember, they didn't really give a design for what is demonic and what's not, other than demons speaking in tongues and all that. But when it came to certain parts of the Bible, I think it was speaking in tongues meant that they were equal or some sort of being able to speak to each other in different dialects and still being able to hear them. But then modern day teachings, mostly in the Western, is speaking tongues means the devil because the bastardization and perversion of it came from an actual book made by King Edward, which is demonizes certain aspects of people, like what basically the playbook for how to take care of a witch and identify it, and that kind of like if a lady looks decrepit, has warts all over, and looks mean, she's probably a witch. Or having this item on Tuesday means that this person's worshiping the devil because this food should only be eaten on Friday. Very, very prejudiced towards different people's beliefs. And then when it came over to the western side of the hemisphere, that's what sparked the Salem witch trials because mass hysteria led into everybody being a witch or a demon or some sort of shit like that. And so in the end, even the church was like, yeah, we got to stop this shit, but we can't admit that we fucked up. So let's kill off some more people and then say they're cured or purged or whatever.
Yeah, happy times, right?
Yeah, shit. I was actually reading one of the handbooks on that when I was going to the day hab. It was one of the books I checked out. And then about before I checked out, I ended up checking out digitally, and I was like, you know what? I think people are gonna hate this, and so I went back and grabbed a gun book or whatever, and so I read the digital one versus the physical, which I prefer physical when reading, though I type up digitally, but still.
Hey, Declan,
Yeah,
I'll go for now because,
yeah.
sleep.
All right, yeah,
maybe
that's fine.
maybe I'll come back maybe if, I
All
can sleep.
right,
But for now,
yeah, I'll probably
thanks
catch.
for coming.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. This is Rose.
hey Rose.
Hello, Rose.
Hello.
Heyo.
See you.
See ya. He's gonna go to bed for a little bit. So what you been up to?
Nothing much.
Shit, fucking only 3 minutes in, and just talking about history for the most part. So, you have any like designs of characters you want to talk about? Not really.
Probably not.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start thinking of
Oh my god.
kind of working on getting a type of schedule going for streams and all that shit for this server in general, so we can make it more active.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So what you been doing other than your cat being a little picky?
Yeah, he's been a little naughty.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, he tried to put the base on the ground earlier today.
He tried to what?
He got up on the thing that's in between my living room and the sink.
Oh, that's,
He tried to knock down my vase,
oh shoot. Yeah, when
playing with the flowers in it.
yeah, yeah,
Now it's on the table.
yeah, I'm happy my cat doesn't know how to jump on the stove. She can jump everywhere else, just not on the stove.
Yeah, he won't jump on the other areas. He'll jump on the sink in the area above the sink.
Yeah, yeah, my cat does that too.
One of my friends said that her cat jumps on the sink and it will meow at her until she turns it on so that they can drink water from the faucet.
Yeah, my baby sister had a cat like that. Though he was stupid because he overdosed himself on water,
Oop.
which was pretty fucking funny. I laughed at it. So
My cat Angel, he used to drink water just fine, but then he started trying to drink water from the toilet.
yeah, well, I mean when
And now Oreo tries to drink water from the toilet.
yeah, well, my cat will do this weird thing where she'll drink soda. Like she'll lick up a little bit and then she'll just like go into the back room and come back when she needs more. So it's pretty funny. No, she like drinks when I was living in Dad, she drank Dr. Pepper because that's the only fucking purified drink I had.
Oh my
Teeth was
god.
fucking broken.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so she grew up on him. The funny thing is she grew up on cheeseburgers and soda, so kind of
Like most of us when we go to McDonald's.
So, I mean, compared to, like, what I like to think is, like, compared to our other cats, Oreo, he's getting pretty good treatment over here compared to our other cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm doing anything really special, but I do say compared to what our cats got when they were kittens,
Yeah.
he's got it a little bit better than they do.
Yeah.
Just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to do the very best that I can do for him.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I couldn't do that for the cats. I had to stick with what my family could do.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do better for Oreo.
Yeah, shoot. With me, I kind of my brother and his wife got me a lot of like toys for my cat, and she broke every one of them except for the yarn ball they made me for her and her black ball. Every other toy.
My cat, he don't play with it unless it's moving.
Yeah.
Except for one thing. There's one thing he plays with that doesn't move. So, I got this, well, I actually got it for my previous cat, and he didn't play with it because he was older and he wasn't as interested in playing with toys anymore. But it was like this automatic little toy. It had a fox's tail that shot out and like wagged a little bit. He broke it. He tore off the fox's tail.
No, like
I put it in there, and now he likes playing with the fox's tail without the actual automatic part of it because I have not used the automatic part because it's like just a spring now, and he can't use that. But he likes the little plush fox tail.
Yeah.
There's no cotton in it. There's no nothing in it that he could get hurt by. It's just a little plush fox tail that he likes now.
Yeah. Well, my cat has this really beat up round black ball that she had since she was little, or since I bought it for her. And she took off all the yarn, destroyed it, put holes in it, and that's like her favorite toy because it rattles. But it looks like freaking it's been destroyed, hurt, stepped on, jumped on, bitten into, torn open, and all that, and that's the only toy she'll play with constantly.
My cat, for some reason, I think he's starting to just like cat litter, but he doesn't seem to like it very much.
Well, yeah, my cat, technically my cat didn't have cat litter when living with Dad because crazy bitch, my dad's sex friend, would grab the kitty litter and bring it to her room. Well, my cat would, I would put newspapers down and have my cat shit there, but no, when we moved up here, she kind of didn't like cat litter from what we got from my at my grandma and grandpa's because it was too like clumpy. But when my brother got me like this super tiny grind up cat litter, she seems to like that better. But she has a tendency of basically dumping the cat litter out of the box and all that.
Yeah, I think that's my cat's problem because I think that's why he pees towards the edge, is so
Yeah.
that he doesn't step in the cat litter when it's like kind of wet and soggy.
Yeah,
And also, I think he doesn't like the feeling of sinking into the cat litter.
I'm not sure. My cat pisses on the edges because she goes in the middle to take a shit and she'll piss on the outskirts. So when I clean it up, when I clean it up and I leave the box without cat litter, she'll go in it and just like pee on the sides again, like she's marking her territory. But my cat also has this tendency of when she drinks water, she knocks over the bowl on the ledge and just sits there in the water drinking it.
Yeah, my cat knocked over the bowl a couple of times, so I just decided to get him like just a regular bowl from my cupboard and start filling that with water instead.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, she has this ledge that I have it on that she'll like slide it slowly. So when I hear like the falling sound or whatever, I know she's tipping it over. But she had that refillable water bowl thing, she would she kept destroying the top, like pushing it over and breaking it. So I just got her still bowl again and make her drink out of that. But
yeah, I got an automatic cat feeder for my cat just so I can feed him some in portions just in case he needs that. I'm not sure if he does or not. But he feels as heavy as the adult cats, and he's only 6 months old. But he doesn't look chubby to me. He looks skinny. Even to my family, he looks pretty skinny. Like, he looks like a slim boy, so he just might be a muscular boy.
Yeah, see, yeah, even with that.
Because he is pretty strong for a kitten. So I'm thinking he's just a muscular boy, but
yeah.
I'm still gonna use the automatic cat feeder.
Yeah. Well, I guess instead of this being a character design, more of a discussion thread. So this is good. At least it gives me.
Speaking of our animals peeing, one of my dogs would always pee on the edge of the pads, and there'd be like little bits of dog pee on the floor that I would accidentally step on.
Yeah, how many dogs you got?
Only 2.
Are they rats or are they big dogs?
They're like basically small dogs.
Okay, so the rats. Okay, got it.
Rat. A rat.
But yeah, my cat used to be so good about going to the litter box, even when he was a baby, because like the person who found him said that she just put him in the litter box and he just seemed to know what to do, and he never actually had to be litter trained because there's no way in that 1 month somebody had him, trained him, and then kicked all his siblings outside.
Yeah, no, shoot. Usually when animals are done that way, they die.
He only had him for like 3 days, and she didn't litter train him. He just seemed to already know what to do, him and his siblings.
Yeah, I think it counts on what the mom does, because they'll learn from that. Which is a great thing dealing with...
I'm guessing the mom trained them.
Huh?
I'm guessing the mom trained them a little bit on stuff.
Well, even with that, it's like instinctual, because cats have repetition, I guess. I don't know. It's some sort of thing they're trained to know how to do right off the bat. I think it's more of the smell that they're attracted to.
Like, yeah, because I know for some of them, they don't like very really smelling litters. They just like plain natural stuff. Like they don't like it smell. They like it unscented.
Yeah, no,
some of them
more like an instinctual smell, like they without realizing it, like, oh, that's where I take it my shit and piss at. All right, let's go there. Like it's one of those like
Yeah.
senses that like dogs have. Hey, wait, do we go there or there? Okay, that looks right, and then they piss outside.
Yeah, because dogs are always sniffing around to find the
Yeah.
best place to pee.
Yeah, I think that's like the same thing for cats, but if they smell something that's kind of like unknown, I guess they use it there. Because technically, my cat didn't really grow up using a cat litter box. She used more like papers or on the ground itself. So when she got here, I guess she didn't like the cat litter my dad got or my grandparents had because she would dump it out and then shit inside the box itself without the cat litter. So when I moved to where I am here, my brother got me some different cat litter, which seems to work well. The only bad thing is
I'll
that
have to text you the name because I'm trying to buy a variety of cat litters right now just so I
Yeah.
can try out a bunch.
I think it's just generic Walmart brand, but it's the big one. I'll send
Oh
links
yeah.
later.
Well, you said it was Tidy Cats because I think that might be what I'm using right now.
What?
Didn't you say it was like Tidy Cats or something? Oh, yeah,
No.
Tidy Cats. That's what I'm using right now.
I don't know. It's Walmart brand. I'll send pictures later unless you want to do it now.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
my
you
phone's
said you had
charging.
a specific brand, and yeah, I think that's what you said it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to check.
My cat used to be very good, and he used to like his litter, but I'm just trying to buy a bunch of different stuff for him.
It says kitty special.
Kitty special?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's in cursive, and I can't really read it well.
Maybe send a picture, because I might try that.
My phone's dead. That's why I'm trying to wait on that.
Oh, okay. Just whatever works for you works for me, you know?
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. I'll get it to you.
Yeah, because my mom's gonna help me out and stuff
Yeah.
with it. I'm running out of money a little bit for this month's budget. Well, I'm not running out of money, but I don't. I told her I'll pay it back later. So she's gonna help me get some other litters other than the two that I just got.
Yeah.
Because they're the same thing.
My dogs like to do what?
They're the same thing almost, and I figured if I'm gonna try out a bunch of different things, I'll try them out now.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, my dogs love doing this. They'll take a piss outside, but they'll shit inside.
Oh, yeah.
They're like literally,
But
or they'll go in my back room where I used to sleep and just shit and piss on the couch or on the bed.
Yeah.
Because no
He doesn't seem to have a problem with pooping in the cat box because he hasn't done that outside of the cat box.
Yeah.
And he does pee in the cat box sometimes. It just, for some reason, sometimes he doesn't want to pee in there.
So whatever happened to that foamy shit he was pissing out?
Oh, turns out he does not have any problems with his bladder. He just he's just peeing really hard, I guess. Because they did a test on him just to make sure. And no, he's not, there's nothing wrong with him.
Just
Physically wrong with him.
Yeah, it's probably a thing he just does.
Yeah, because he didn't used to do that. I think before he started noticing that he didn't like stepping in the litter, so I think he likes keeping it to the edge. So to keep it as close to the edge, he arches back, and then he has to pee really hard when he does that or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It just might be a thing he does because what was it?
Because he used to pee in the middle of the litter box just fine before.
Yeah, it's just probably a thing he figures out. I think it's like more of a coping mechanism, type thing.
A coping for what?
I don't know. I'm trying to jot down ideas for what's wrong. See, my cat does this thing where she'll grunt when she pees. So I have.
Yeah, he doesn't work.
Yeah, she'll go like this. And will literally grunt. So I have her thing in the back, in the back room. But sometimes when I go to like get groceries or get clothes on or get my clothes to go take a shower, I could hear her literally grunting while she's peeing because it makes like this. It sounds like water, and then she'll just grunt. It's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
he doesn't grunt when he pees.
Yeah. But my cat never had that problem. My cat never had that problem. That's a weird thing, which weirdly enough is funny to me at least.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try. I'm thinking I don't know how he'll react to the different litters, but I I'm hoping we find one that he that gets him to stop doing what he's doing right now.
Yeah. But yeah, no. On the side note, with my character philosopher, I've been doing a lot of like character like lines he would say or some sort of speech. And most of it seems to be basing himself as not a person but more as a tool or some sort of design based off of his actions or something I make of him versus him doing the actions himself. Like,
But yeah, I also
yeah.
but that's really cool.
Yeah, let me read down some lines. It's pretty fucking hilarious. I can't read worth shit, even my own writing. Love it. What? You gonna rip up more of your pages, Nosh?
I told you that was only once. And never again after that.
Never again. Alright, let me go to...
Guys, I'm proving that I'm more happier again.
Yeah, because when he's explaining who he is and what he isn't, he goes, me, a premise? No, I'm neither a sigil or a premise. Considering that I am just a messenger. Or when he talks about other references, no, a warlord? They're pitiful creations. They do not beckon me as a messenger, and such an insult to my creator. Basically saying that as himself, he's only there to dictate his actions, but I control him in that sense. That's how I write them. And then getting a little bit more into the kind of like personal feelings and opinions towards certain people or certain things. He'll be like, the creator has made you, but it's my duty to destroy you, making it seem like I'm giving him a reason to act out. Or like when he's being insulted or somehow put down by a different action, I put, do not tempt me, cretin. Do not speak ill of my creator. And such I may find you fancy, but I will destroy all means of you in his making. Kind of like, I don't know, the way I see it out loud is kind of like he views himself as a messenger and a sideline, but if needed to, he will act, but it's through my design or how I would do it, I guess. When someone basically smack talks me in some sense, he goes, wretched scum, do not speak ill of my creator. You may be meant for this part, but his will is absolute. Meaning that the people I put forth to him, he does know that they're there for part of the story, or in general, just there for him to take care of. Dealing with his name, I put down me. Not sure what you could call me. Maybe call me philosopher. So I am my creator's messenger, for I am my creator's messenger. Or call myself. I don't know why it keeps I don't understand why it keeps auto correcting my sentences a lot when I click them. And then dealing with some sort of design for his cat on his shoulder. He'll be like, Respawn is a cat and she is her own. Maybe, no, Respawn's more of a master than a pet. Or like, talking about past times when dealing with the alcoholic side of it. Basically having him, kind of like when it talks about alcohol drinks, because he's kind of always holding a drink and a book together. So, like one hand drink, one hand book. I put down. Me, no, I dabble. I do find some drinks too bitter or some drinks too bland for me. I mostly drink whiskey and or brandy, but a fine wine will also be good on the side. And then dealing with Decker as of now, seems the heavyweight is a lightweight now. Ah, Decker, your taste is very, how should I say, vast. And then kind of stop there. I'm trying to work on chatter and personal opinions of things like how he views himself and all that, but I'm still working on it. Probably have to edit a lot of shit for this video. You know what? I'll just type it out as I go. But yeah, no, dealing with that, and I'm trying to find some ideas to deal with, like when it's other characters, like not necessarily my stuff, like say Posh's Nomad or well, I would do Zoe Jesse, but Nosh destroyed that shit horribly, so might as well burn the shit in a fire pit or something. But I'm still gonna fuck with her about it. And probably a little bit more of my other creations, Blu-ray Dungeon or some sort of one-shot type characters that bring the whole sense of it, like Jack Ripper's area, Jack Ripper and Henry Combs area, the Spark Warriors or the Spark War Heroes and stuff like that. And I think a little bit of offshoots between different people that are my friends. Like with that previous roleplay, I can't do backgammon because the guy who created him isn't responding, so I assume he kind of just stopped doing it, so I don't use that character. And the way I brought out the ending was basically it was just Ace Bleed looking through a simulated style way of the initial iterations and all that. Like saying if he transformed to this, what would happen? Like just test out, kind of like foreseeing different iterations without the iterations being true, and kind of like problem solving. And the way I did it too was basically as he's looking through all this, he finds inconsistencies with different iterations on the side. And since now all Ace Bleeds know that there are iterations of themselves, they kind of keep an eye on that side. So, like, because to now enter an iteration or an extension, you gotta have an anomaly or a specific style of anomaly that will blast you into a alternate iteration or extension. But even with that, it's kind of like dealing with a lot of stuff I'm not really good with, since time itself I don't understand. And oh shit, I can't even spell. Oh god. There we go. But even in that, the whole premise of it's kind of if in that. I mean, even with the idea of philosopher, I figured in that previous RP, I kind of hinted that philosopher is the one who can seal and destroy, or seal and remove iterations, since technically he's an extension of me. But I don't see him as doing that without reason. More of a condolent, or more of a, yay, you figured it out, try doing that next time type thing, you know? Because with V, her iteration and extension was a lot different. Like, she wasn't technically in a real... But yeah, she's, with her creation, she was technically in an iteration that shouldn't have existed. Since when Ace Bleed went back, he did not see any indication of any of the conduits or initials. The people that were there weren't connected at all to each other, even though they still kind of held that title. like even going to the Hero Kingdom where Caladon lives, there was no even indication that anything was there other than it just being vast and empty. So when he went to the Ace Bleed of that world, there was no Lilith, there was just Ace Bleed, there was no dice, there was just Ace Bleed. And his demeanor and attitude was basically almost to the point of crazy, like it was meant to happen. That even that Ace Bleed says this world does not, this create planes of existence is not created. It was man made. It was customly made. And in that kind of like going with to destroy this one, you have to kill me because this place isn't supposed to exist. It's a complete anomaly. So in that's where I kind of entered into the design of V being basically in any sort of magic, she is either necessarily the source or is super attuned to that magic that she can instantly know where everything is, you know? Like going to say a world where magic's everywhere, she would be some sort of indication of knowing every magic type, every magic thing, every magic being there without having to really work for it. Since she kind of like instinctively just after she learns skill, she already masters it. And since she has unlimited magic in her body or unlimited energy, she's able to just pass it off like, oh, it's just a minor thing, snap my finger and it will disappear, or just in general, some sort of action she doesn't view as something that benefits her. Kind of like goes into a whole set of, well, you know what? And then teenage angst hits in, like, you know what? I'm right, you're wrong, get the hell out of here, and then send to Decker back to the transfer void. Because in the correct iteration, Decker still won't use magic, so he's always, whenever V and him get in arguments, Decker always gets sent to the transfer void, and every time he's there, Kolob shows up out of nowhere, like, hey, you're here again, type thing. Like, you know what? This is fun. I haven't seen anybody in almost. Wait, how long has it been? And it's always with Kolob being stuck there because somehow he has indication of always finding trouble. And since the second part of it, the UOD did get knocked out because Kolob's an idiot and kind of tripped over a wrench, which basically got stuck in one of the portal generators and just destroyed everything. Like, destroyed the portals from being able to be open because the energy source is destroyed. Because, you know what? It's Kolob. Get fucked. Oh my god. But yeah, no, in the sense of it, and then dealing with some sort of offshore idea, like when it comes to, like, say, let's say dealing with your characters, V would still feel the link between all your characters, whether they're hurt or not. She would have like some sort of indication that something's there, so she already knows where it is, type idea. Makes sense a little bit. Like, say, oh, okay, these things are immune to something. That's cool. And then just flat out be like, huh, that might be a good idea to do, or some shit like that. Because like the personality of this, the real iteration Decker, or the correct iteration, Decker's very like intuitive when it comes to things. Like if he sees some sort of technology-based modification for the body, he'll like look into it and research it before adding it to his already huge palette of cybernetics. Because it's just something he does. And yeah, I think if you count the spinal reflex, the cybernetic arm, the cybernetic forearm with a hidden chain blade, the conduit keeper in his left leg, his auxiliary charge on his lower spine, and his retinal scanner and studded scanner are basically, I think, a total amount of like 12, no, 6, 7 type of cybernetics. And in his character, I kind of like don't talk about the cybernetics because it sounds like made up words. Because I call the spinal cybernetic spinal rewire, and the lower one is auxiliary reflex cybernetic, which shouldn't matter. That should be in the head, but it's in the lower back to keep him more fluid. His chain blade, his retinal analyzer and steady analyzer are like the main things he uses a lot. Like he kind of stays away from using his right arm because even if he uses it, he feels like that phantom pain you get when, like some people get when they are amputated, they still feel that pain in that exact area. So he always had like this shoulder problem. So when he uses his right cybernetic, even though it's technically a robotic arm and not a flesh made one, he still feels that joint pain right there. And when he deals with getting shot in the back, his cybernetics keep him still going because they kind of like wire his body differently so he can continue in motion even if he's shot. And since he has like basically battle armor, it takes more than just one bullet to hit him. Like his whole battle armor is imbued with conduit, so it takes about like if you're going with tank rounds, it would take like 7 tank rounds to break his armor, at most 6. And it's because as conduit is super strong, it also adds properties of like basically for armor and weaponry protection and durability and all that. And since Decker's pistol or revolver is technically, it doesn't have.
Might have to leave because my brother's coming over.
Oh, there you go. Well, I guess we can end it here. It's been 36 minutes.
Okay, bye.
See ya. And with that, do you guys have any designs on it? Nosh, Posh, some sort of input you want to chime in on? Well,
On what?
on just anything. Something to end out the video. Some sort of quip or whatever. Like sarcastic looking voice, something.
Not that I can immediately think of.
Well, we'll end it there then.